Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I did a live stream earlier in the week and I said we're going to start doing some work on this to make the rock faces a little bit more presentable. And obviously this still wants some detail work doing. I'm going to the new playlist of Diggers Detailing, and so this is a removable section. If you remember when I spoke to Kathy, she said make all these big corner hard to reach areas modular and removable so you can take them out to work on them, which was turned out to be damn good advice. Thank you very much, Kathy. And so what I'm going to do is take this out and I'm going to apply a grey primer from a spray can. I'm going to take it outside to do that because this won't fit in the old paint booth, and I shall be back with the result of that in 1 minute or less, a couple of seconds. Hiya. So I've given it a very light coat of a light grey from a spray can. Bloody hell, the spray can, the nozzle they gave was dreadful. It was spitting and spluttering everywhere, so it wasn't very pleasant. Now the next thing is, obviously now, we're going to, there's lots of areas I've missed. I've just given it a base coat going over it. It looks nothing like the example we've just seen. So we're going to do some airbrush work on this now with a different shade of grey and a few different tones and one thing and another, and that's where all the fun begins. And once we've done that, we've got it up to the same standard as the other piece that we saw at first, and then we'll start doing all the little grass bits and gravel and rocks and debris and things like that, and hopefully it's going to be good fun. So we did the initial colour with the really pale grey, as you can see it up and down, and now I'm going over it with a mix of this well German grey, and that's giving us all the much darker stuff, and that what that is, it's a reflection of the type of rock and the industrial area where it is. I've got the airbrush. I'm using a 400 micron needle in Eider and Steenbeck Ultra 2024 Ultra, and I've got it set at 1.5 atmospheres, and so I'm just gentle pressure. And so that's where I'm up to at the moment. I'm not going to film me doing this because all I'm going to do is what you've just seen there. I'm going to do it all the way over. It doesn't matter when I'll have to cover in every square inch. This is basically just the second phase of this little bit that we're doing, and it takes some time just to colour it in, and then we can start working on slightly finer detail work. So we've given it 2 coats of German grey and a light coat of light grey over the top, just to blow over, and you can see, so it's light and dark and what have you, natural looking. This foam is really soft, and I'm going to show you what's happened there. There's one ding there and a couple of dings at the bottom edge and one there, and what that is just merely badly handling it or catching it on something. Easily done, easily fixable. So the next thing now is I'm going to fill those dings in, and then I'm going to put a wash on. And what we'll do, I'll go through it and I'll show you putting the wash on, and we'll highlight bits. Bearing in mind the only thing we're concentrating on is these rock faces, not these, not the top, and not this face here. Those are all separate issues that come along separately, and I'm just showing you how I do it, that's all it is. You see an area there that's quite light, we'll go over that as well. It's important to go over from each angle you can, so that you don't leave anything. I think this form looks pretty good. You know, I think it looks quite natural. So I'll show you how I mix the, I'll fill these in, then I'll show you how I mix the actual wash together, and then we run that in, and it just helps to highlight stuff. Back in a sec. Hi, so we're back now to do a little bit of the wash using this stuff, German grey, which is an exact colour that we've already used, but this is going to be dark because I'm just mixing it a lot thicker with a bit of water. It's not precise and it's not dark enough, we just darken it up a bit more. So I'm going to drop some of this into this dish, squirt a bit in, and a few drops of water. It'll be a very dark wash is this, but I've got a tub at the back there of pure water, so I can run it down with water if it's not acting good. So I'll put some of this on first. You'll notice there's a little bit of green, some moss I was just experimenting with. Now this is very dark, so we're going to wash it down with some water, and we've got a sponge to bring it off if needs be. Just using an ordinary flat brush for this. And now this is just water. Ordinary water I'll take on next. You know, you can make a really weak wash and do it, but obviously it's not as dark when it dries as what it's looking on here. Just keep adding water. And I find we're doing it this way, the water actually helps to make it look more natural, because it runs down in various places, as it would if we were outdoors in the wild, so to speak. And now I've got this sponge, and I'll mop up some of the excess on the floor there, which doesn't really matter because that's a different job to be done later. And we can take a bit off. We're on this procedure, and you can always add or take away from it. It's purely and simply water, H2O, and if you're not happy with it, you can add a bit more. Like this, we can darken it up again if we want to. You know, in these areas. The sponges, the foam, it's really good for this. It's really good. Now that's going to take, I'm probably going to have 5 or 6 hours doing this how I want it. And that's without, this is a separate issue which we'll do next time. And that is, and so is that. So I'll quickly show you now on a separate area, because we want this video ready to watch today. I've got this stuff from Dirty Down, called moss. It's green, very, very green. And I want to put this in the areas where water would naturally occur, you know, nooks and crannies and crevices where it'd sit, and it kind of goes slimy, does this. It's a water base, it acts like an ink, water based, it says, but it certainly smells like it's not water based. I'm using a really fine little brush. You get these in bulk, you can get them from Temu, which I did. You can get the exact same ones on Amazon if you want them quicker and pay twice as much, or you can get them on eBay and pay a little bit more on there as well. It's good for some things, it's Temu and that, you know, if you can wait So I'm just gonna have a look around these nooks and crannies here. I've never tried this. Don't want to overdo it, you know. Just got to be in areas where the damp would hang around. And I've never tried this on a wet surface, so we'll give it a do and see what happens. Nothing that you do at this stage is irreversible. You can, you know, if you don't like it, you can soon swap it out. Now we don't see that, but we will see it when it's all dried. And so this stuff, it's just where water would constantly trickle most of the rainy season, which is every bloody day of the year where I live. And you know, it just sits and it kind of gets damp. You know, that slimy green stuff that rarely dries out. And just in a few nooks and crannies, not always at the top. You know, there'll be some places at the bottom where it'll sit. But really and truly, I want to do all the wash like that before I start on this. And then we've got a couple of enamels to go on, doing the same thing. So that's all it is. That's all it is, and we're done. Like I said, I've got a few hours of doing this now, but I'm not going to make everyone sit through that. It's a painful procedure as far. So thank you all for sticking with me. Thank you for watching the video. Appreciate all of you. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now, my friends.